On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 8. Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The Rams had 3 and 8 on the year, and they come in mired in a brutal stretch right now, losers of 8 straight games.
Could you imagine being in those coaches' rooms right now? And you remember the old expression, there's no such thing as a bad idea? That's really true right here. They're searching for any idea, anything that can galvanize this team and find a victory and get them out of this losing spin.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw his Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. 20, 5, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At their own 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Straight ahead, Etienne. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. And it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
93.
To throw again on 2nd down, Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end and let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They go play action here on 1st down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The tight end in motion right. They'll run with Etienne. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ball at the 23, second and 8. He'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA! He goes 86 yards on the kick return, and the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead is up to 8. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
On first down, right back to ETN. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They're going to look to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
2 yards on the play. First down, Jaguars.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Well, it could have gone for more.
Second and 1. Etienne bringing in another one. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real.
And he's going to be taken down. He's sacked on the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Open man right side is Ingram. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
Well, they moved up from the 3 to the 2. You would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball
will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. They're clock management 101.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss play for Akers. They find some open field here. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
It's a gain of 45 yards. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.